What is up, DTube, Steam blockchain? So I was checking out. So I did a video about Night Story, the game that's available on Android and also I think iOS right now, which is made by Biscuit, the Biscuit team that made the EOS Knights. And I was checking out a new thing today with that game, and it's basically so you can convert items to blockchain items, and at the moment they have Ethereum integration with ERC-721 support. So and they're using a marketplace. You can try out the marketplace called OpenSea, and there you can buy and sell ERC-721 items. And in Night Story, you can convert your items to ERC-721 tokens and sell them, or buy them. Buy them on OpenSea, this decentralized marketplace for blockchain-based items, and you can import them into Night Story. And I tried this today, and it really works amazing, to be honest. It's like you can really see how this is going to be the future of gaming. And you consider all these games, like there are some games that have 1 billion users. Like there are many games with 1 billion downloads, and many of them are like numbers go up and so on. So for them to integrate, like do some small tweaks and make some items so people can trade them on a marketplace, that's going to be amazing to see that, because that can truly bring mass awareness about Ethereum, EOS, Tron. I'm not sure if Tron is doing something amazing now, but especially Steam and EOS and Ethereum, like it can really bring mass awareness if some big games adopt it. And in Night Story, which is the game right now has 4.6 rating out of 5 stars in the Play Store, and that's really amazing. And they have thousands of downloads already in just 2 months. And this game is really good already. I mean, there really is quality developers that are working on this, and you kind of consider. I mean, you sort of see how. I mean, Ethereum is so good right now, or you can see that the underlying foundation that people can build stuff on top of it, and using MetaMask as the wallet. For example, if you want to do it, if you want to use OpenSea, this decentralized marketplace on your phone, it's good to use the Firefox browser and install the MetaMask, a kind of a plugin, which is like an Ethereum wallet. And yeah, it's great that it works in the phone. And MetaMask, once you start to use it a little bit more with different smart contracts and these ERC-721 tokens or ERC-20 tokens, you see that it can really work extremely smooth. And you see that it's so early now, so there's almost no real apps using all this, but they're starting to pop up a little bit more and more. So I can really see this take off, because as LCKJ have talked about on DTube, it really is just a numbers game now, like a lot. And if you're leveling up some character or something like that, and if you're spending a lot of time inside of an app, and if you can tokenize some things there, and you spend a lot of time there anyway, and then you can sell that on a marketplace like that item, or buy other items on a marketplace, it's really cool, because you retain value in ways that wasn't possible in the past, right? So for example, you can resell an item, or maybe you can go to the marketplace and find a great deal, just as people have been doing for many decades in the physical marketplace. That, for example, they're using eBay or Amazon marketplace or some local marketplace, and they can find Like they can become expert on a market and they can like resell things. They can buy physical items and resell it to another one for profit. But now it's even better because now you don't even need the item. Like you don't need any shipping. If you can resell like digital items, and maybe you can make sets and like resell a set, and it's really, really cool because a lot of people are just going to be casual gamers and they just want to buy something quick. So if you want to become an expert at something, or if you want to mine value in a game, there's going to be more possibilities to do that with this new technology. And that's really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to eventually when people can not just build their own token or build their own blockchain, but when they can click a few buttons and build their own blockchain-based game and just tweak a few things, maybe the theme, maybe change some characters, maybe they want to do some custom tweaks that they believe can innovate the game much more and get much more traction in their sort of niche or something. Like the possibilities are kind of limitless here. So I did not know about OpenSea, but now I do know about it. And I also saw the Splinterlands, the Steam game that was called Steam Monsters, and then the rebranded to Splinterlands. They are also now on OpenSea, and that's really, really cool. So you're starting to see a lot of cross-chain integrations, and what you see in this ecosystem is that you don't want like an exclusive blockchain that doesn't communicate with other blockchains. You want everything to be integrated with each other's, and you want like inclusive blockchain-based systems and trustless systems, and people have to write these smart contracts. But there's some people that think that, oh, we're going to do this blockchain here on the side and it's going to be independent from all the other things that happens in this industry. But then some other people are starting to realize the more you just connect things, the better. Like the faster people can do things, the better for everyone. The more win-win for everyone, because people have done more time over to sort of consider, oh, can we innovate a little bit here on the side? Can we do this other thing? Maybe they find it inspiring. Maybe they tell their friend about something. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really, really interesting. This game, for example, this Night Story game, they're gonna have an expansive mode where they have different stories. They are already working on different characters, sort of developments I saw when I looked at it. It's an interesting time. The more I use these games, these virtual games, for example, I also use EOS Dynasty because I have the TKT tokens, so I get daily EOS dividends just from the game. And I get items there in the game from my characters, and I can sell them instantly on the market. And there's usually a buyer in like 5 minutes or so, because people set up like automated systems that makes it so you can sell very easy and fast. It's really, really cool. And yeah, you realize that just because once these developers have set up one of these games, a lot of it is just like goes automatic then. Like people open up the game and the game just flows. And they can focus on doing other things. It just keeps on running. And the cool thing about that is because then they have way more time over to look at how they can develop the game further. Because the game just flows. It's like people level things up, people click a few buttons. And it's really cool what you can do with some nice graphics and some nice game theory, and how the system just keeps on going. And that eventually, yeah, it's very inspiring because they can get so much like fast cash flow flowing in very fast with blockchain-based systems, and like with their Google Play integration, so they both get US dollars, and especially in Night Store, they get both US dollars from the Play Store, some purchases, and also that they can get cash flow from people that are using the digital marketplace and maybe use crypto. it's nice because when the developers get paid fast, they can make the game better, right? Or they can build another game. It's really, really cool. And we're gonna see a lot of developments in sort of this space. In this video, I just wanted to talk about how amazing my experience was with OpenSea and the MetaMask integration. And it's a little bit different from EOS Dynasty because in EOS Dynasty, the marketplace is like built into the game. With OpenSea at the moment, you have to open up the browser, but probably in the future, it's probably going to be integrated in the game. So you probably don't have to go outside, or maybe you can use, in the future, just use a voice assistant and like find a good deal or something. It's going to get easier. It's going to get, people are going to improve the efficiency. And it's going to be really, really fascinating to sort of follow this. Yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Blockchain gaming, some people are skeptical about it, but me after looking at Splinterlands and looking at EOS Dynasty, EOS Night Story, I see that this is a good product, and I see that this really can grow massively. Because, especially with Night Story, because you can just sign in and play instantly. You don't even need a blockchain account. That's just if you want to learn more. That would be like, imagine you could start writing on the Steam blockchain without having a Steam account. And that would be really cool, right? So maybe you get some quick rewards and that you just click like one button, make your article. Like, that would be super cool. If people can go to Steam, one click, don't have to make an account, can write something and already get the reward. And if they want to cash that out, yeah, then you have to create an account. That would be kind of cool. So yeah, it's going to be super fascinating to follow this, especially when it's going to be interesting to see how these, because games can scale, and it's going to be interesting to see how that sort of scales, because I think that the games and blockchain and tokens is going to be way bigger than people writing articles or making videos, because people love games more in many ways. So yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have a great day, YouTube and the Steam blockchain. Bye bye.